I'm gonna start, I have to get more stuff set up, but I went, okay, time to start the stream. And then I went, oh no, I didn't feed the cat. So that happened. So bear with me as I figure out more technical difficulties with the new setup really quickly. I just didn't want to leave this stuck on here much longer. Gibby is next to me right now and not biting my hand because he is a good boy and not eating the dinner that he was screaming about because he was like, why didn't you feed me dinner yet? I didn't forget about you. I forgot it was dinner time. He's giving me the sweetest little eyeballs right now, though, so I can't even be mad. It's been a while since I can join on time. Yeah. Worked very, very well that it just happened to also be the one day that you could. Yeah, I originally planned, I was like, I am going to stream on... Words are not wording right now, give me a second. Or I was like, oh, I'll stream on Monday. And then I didn't. We got lucky, yeah. Yeah, my stomach was hurting, so that's, yeah. Trying to get my chat monitor up. It's working very, very well. And also I'm gonna need to get some liquid. I have some over here. I just need to set this in a place where we won't risk knocking it over. I need to get a better chair for here, because this chair is quite low. So that's not very good, but I'll figure it out. If anyone wants to buy me a gaming chair, let me know. But yeah, it's like, it's low and it doesn't go up at all, so that's very beneficial. Okay. The goal for today is to finish Turnabout Airlines. I think we are about done. With that, maybe like gameplay literally probably about an hour left. With my yapping, it'll probably be about 2 hours left. Yeah, in case you can't tell, I really like the opening theme in the beginning. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, actually. I think we're good audio-wise. Anyone have any complaints? I'm gonna sit here and see if we get any complaints. Okay, I will take that lack of anyone saying something as we good. Okay, but yes, this will be the only stream for this week because I was not feeling well on Monday, and I will be leaving for Anime Magic on tomorrow. On tomorrow, yes, that's how words work. Oh god, I have to remember the voices I'm doing for everyone again. Okay, we are still on March 12th at 3:35 p.m. We're still flight G390. That our flight number didn't change. That's crazy, guys. The flight number didn't change. Definitely expected that to happen, famously, as it always happens in aviation. That's what I can tell you. When an accident happens, they change the flight name. They don't retire the flight name, they just change it. Oh, we're in lower deck in the cargo hold. Miss Millet. I'll also be inconsistent with how I pronounce her name again. I'm sorry, not sorry. Miss Millet. Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zenfa? Huh? Realized I could have given you guys, like, life updates before we started the game. If I remember, I'll do that. I'll do that when we're done with this. You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. Oh yeah, she lied. Yeah, she's guilty. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhengfa. Oh? Miss Kami Millet. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one can make a mistake so large, Miss Millet. It's either that or you suck at your job. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. Huh? This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Millet. If you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Everyone on this plane is a suspect, you don't. Okay. Oh, how do I press people again? Q? Let me open up the option menu. Key configuration. It is Q. Oh, I was trying to click it early before it even did anything. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. So when the fuck did she do her job? How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? I don't know, I want to tell her employer. If she's not guilty, we need to tell her employer. Don't you agree, Pokeball? He's back to napping. Such a sleepy little guy. I didn't get the laundry that I needed to get from under him while he was screaming for dinner. I'm not gonna get that laundry out from... Oh, Bull is laying on the clothes that I need to put in the washing machine. And, yeah. He won't get off them. But he did for a minute to scream for food. And I fed him, and he didn't eat any of it, and I need to get it off then, but I didn't. Consequences of my actions, really. Miss Millet, wake up. Ah. She fell asleep again. Looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. I really wish they just picked some different words for this, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. 3 to 4, I was in the flight attendant's room by my lonesome self. Okay. If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class in the lounge. Between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m. Yeah, but that kind of stuff is run by Miss Rhoda. Wake her up by press. I'm just saying they should have picked a different word, okay? And what were you doing in the attendance room at that time? Eating and then having a most delicious dream. Can't say I've ever heard the phrase delicious dream before, but okay, whatever. You mean you were neglecting your duties? No shit, Sherlock, clearly, yes. No way! Sleeping's part of our job too, you know. When did this flight take off? Hold up 1 second. When did this flight take off? How do I view my evidence? No. Can I view my evidence right now? When did this flight take off? Come on, when did this flight take off? 10? Yeah, she might have actually needed her allotted rest time at that time. She might not be wrong. That might she might have yeah, she might be right. Not that flight. I'm not getting into that right now. Okay. So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one even popped their head in to say hi. There's one person that could. Oh, well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi. Should I raise an objection? I don't know what what evidence do we have? Maybe in here? It said 5 and 6. Drinks. I'm reading this, right? Okay, 5 and 6 were drinks. Oh yeah, this, because it's the timestamp says. So she probably brought it before 6. What does the autopsy report say? Okay, that's nothing new. What time did we find the body? 6 something? Yeah, I'm gonna raise I think the receipt? Miss Millet, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Huh? What are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. Okay, I think it's the... God, I hope it's the receipt. God, I hope it's the receipt. Okay, cool, thank God. I was like, I have no idea if it's not the receipt, so I hope it is. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Millet. Huh? A receipt? For what? It's for the suitcase Miss Teneiro bought. Now if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 p.m., Miss Teneiro. Yes. Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now. Well, you see, suddenly she's not looking as suspicious. I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. For indeed, I'm so smart, I'm so good at speaking. Now then, Miss Teneiro, between the hours of 5 to 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Millet there at the time? No. So when Miss Millet, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Yeah, she's totally actually falling asleep. Miss Camille Millet. Huh? The bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know. You take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth. Cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? Oh, we have to investigate again, don't we? But please, why don't you give me a chance and hear me out? I really don't want to. I just realized she doesn't have pupils. I know, it's crazy for me to say. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you think then maybe someone should... Bleh. But you think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too. We were literally just doing that. We're just clearing our bases. Words. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Please, leave Miss Tenehiro out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna, like, give myself a second so I can read words correctly. Okay, I think I'm good for now, or at least I hope I'm gonna do a little better. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? So you're acting like this. Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kind of like... I've absolutely no interest... God. It's not the right voice. I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. It's very quick to get, like, a crush on someone you just met. You just met him. You know nothing about him. I'm too dummy for this shit. Okay. Now it's not the time for this sort of talk. Edgeworth, it never is for you. You do have to agree with them, though. Okay. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. Oh wait, I already read all that. No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies. Ah, but say I wasn't an attendant. You wouldn't suspect me then, would you? No, if you were still lying, yeah, we would. Yes, I suppose that's true enough. No, if we still caught you in a lie, yeah. The one guy messed up his time, but we were able to figure out why. So unless she can pull some, like, watch bullshit, too. We just did. I'm just gonna press all these. She's already being detained for further questioning, or have you already forgotten? Oh, yeah, I guess I just forgot. Kimmy, don't tell me you suspect me too! Sorry, I can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have done it, you. I can't believe you would think that! I mean, me, a killer? What was I doing her voice again? Please stay in your seats. Attention. Brace for impact. Why is that the first heads down state? Why? That's, of course, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when it's like, what would a flight attendant say? Heads down, stay down. That's what they say during an accident. Miss Millet, what did you mean just now by no one else could have done it? But it was missing. What if you stole it? And what are you in charge of, Miss Millet? Wooing the captain. I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. Oh, but I spent so much time in there, it might as well be my responsibility, so just wooing the captain, yeah. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kind of what I've been in charge of. Didn't she translate something earlier? Or am I just remembering wrong? Why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? Yes, I'm really good at Borginian. It's first mentioned before. She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian. Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with a Borginian. Or call her translating something. Yeah, me too. I take care of anything. Yeah, so she did the falsified documents. She falsified the import and export documents. Yup. Yup. Yeah. No, at least we caught her in some crime. Very interesting. Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes. Huh? But why? While Miss Tenehiro was busy with the passengers and all of her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime. Miles Edgeworth, I demand you cease and desist this line of conjectural questioning. I won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer. Oh, man. What? Why? Francisco, why are you being homophobic right now? Francisco, that's awfully homophobic of you. Can't believe you would do this. But I do not honestly believe Mrs. Millet does any actual work aboard this flight. Oh, that's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although, well... I'm impressed this, but I feel like... I think this is where I'm gonna have to present some evidence. So what exactly do you do as the one in charge of some Borginian stuff? I do stuff like translate things from and into Borginian. Cammy's the only member of the crew who understands Borginian, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the wrong voice, but we're just gonna go with it. Miss Millet, I take it that it is your job to process all the Borginian paperwork. Yeah, see, I totally pull my weight around here. So it would appear. Perhaps I should ask her a few more details about her work and... The statue, yeah, that. Miss Millet is very unladylike to push suspicion onto someone else. It's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda is very sus. When was this translated? Was that line of question? That couldn't have been in the original DS version. That translation. That has to be a new translation for the Steam collection, correct? I refuse to believe that. There's a tiny possibility that it's she fell asleep and cut herself off. But I refuse. This game was not translated way back then. It wasn't translated to the DS? I thought the first game was. Am I just stupid? Yeah, actually that might be true. I might just be stupid. There you go, pushing everything onto her again. Nope, yeah, I'm just stupid. No. Nope, yeah, you're just stupid. The Steam release for their first global release? Oh, really? Okay. I don't know why I thought they had a DS release and I just didn't play it. I might be mixing it up with, the first Apollo Justice. Or whatever one was on there. I don't get what you're saying. It must be a really abstract concept, huh? The only thing abstract here is the landscape inside your head. The game was out on the DS, just not translated. Okay. Yeah, I am just stupid then. Okay. Okay, it has to be this last one, but I don't know, like... Do I have anything about the forged... Oh, I do! Nice! I was like, do I have any evidence for this? I do, let's go! So you are the only one on this... in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct? Oh my god, can she stop doing that? Please, it's driving me insane. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Borginia for a while. Like, how long? You don't get that fluent that quickly. If that is the case, then the signature on this document, well, I guess if she just had to keep practicing it on flights, then she'd get a lot better, yeah. It belongs to you, doesn't it? Huh? No, yeah. This falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Millet. No, that's our... Congrats, there we go, that's our motive. I mean, you could have guessed from last stream with the fact that it was falsified, but there's the motive tied to the person. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Elif Red could not have occurred. Elif, whatever. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. I'm giving you a little finger wag right now, you can't see it! Edgeworth doesn't do the... No. That's just both Von Karma. He doesn't... He's just rude in other ways. I don't think he does... He doesn't ever... Does he have a thing where he does the finger wag? I'm just thinking Von Karma, aren't I? I think Francisca might have one, though. Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. So she's actively blowing bubbles now. Okay. Instead of them just coming out. So I guess that's kind of what she was doing the entire time. Just hiding it? It's exactly as you say. Are you confessing to have participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation, after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper. Really? All you did was sign it. I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So sorry about that. It seems like she'd finally woken up. There's going to be one tough fight. I think she was just faking being sleepy, but you know. Suppose. And this is just a supposition. That's what we're going with, okay? Even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that. Mr. Lawyer, I didn't do a crime, I'm just bad at my job. I mean, yeah, that's what she's arguing. I mean, we've made it... It's been pretty clear that she's bad at her job for a while now, so... Objection! If you were involved in the smuggling, then you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda's the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there's some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First it was myself. Now it's Miss Teneiro who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can. You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't. Actually, I believe she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. Oh no, I haven't figured out how yet. No. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. Oh wait, the elevator, yeah. Yeah, the missing keycard, yeah, that's probably it. I don't have any ideas beyond the missing keycard, though I'm just gonna be so honest. If I probably didn't have to take over a week off from this game for moving, in the middle of the case, I probably would, but alas. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. Oh no. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenehiro from the very beginning. The statue? Is it the statue? I hope it's the statue. This piece of evidence will answer for all of our questions. No, it wasn't. Are you sleep presenting or something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, I'm cooked. Options. Can I save really quickly? Can I save? Can I save? Please let me save. Save your game. Thank you. No, that's my autosave. No, to complain. Then I'm afraid you failed. You're making so little sense, and I thought maybe you were asleep. Talk about a Dr. Sleepy, Miss Hydesk's transformation. Is this it? But wasn't there a piece of evidence that was still unaccounted for? The suitcase? No, no, I do not want to present my prosecutor's badge. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenehiro for the murder. Miss Tenehiro buys a suitcase in every flight she works without fail. I really thought we got that wrong because the music didn't stop, not gonna lie. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whatever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop. I wonder if they, are questioning at all why he went unconscious from the turbulence. If they're like, is he concussed? There's probably, someone's probably going, is he concussed? And I said, no, I have PTSD. And brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstances dictate the need for the killer to frame someone? Had to hide the body before the cargo change. So there was that. But who the victim... I'm gonna say who the victim was, but I'm thinking it might also be where it took place. The killer was at a loss of what to do with Agent Hick's body, but as it just so happened, there was a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. Being a skinny man, the killer thought to put his body in the suitcase and hand it off. You meant the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence? No, that's not what I said. You've wrongly deduced my meaning, Miss Millet. The one with the wrong deductions is you. Think before you speak again. Ah, damn it. I really thought we might have got that. Patience Francisca was about to reveal the truth. Can I save again? Thank you. No, wait, no, I want to save. No, I don't want to click no. Why would I click no? Please don't turn your pastel con off. No, I won't. Thank you. It could be where... It could really be all... Like, all of the above. It's really all of the above. I'm gonna click where. I feel like one is the least likely. The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. Oh, is that right? So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Miss Tenehiro or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenehiro or myself, but you, Miss Camille Millet. Only you and you alone could be the killer. Yeah. And? Sorry, she made me actually need to yawn right there. Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Oh, is it logic time? I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I can't quite fit into the big picture. The phone? Please be the phone. I don't have any actual evidence. Oh, yay, it was a phone. I thought not. But that's because it went missing, and still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Francisca? You were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks's cell phone. Or at least that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. They're just gonna call the phone, and it's gonna be on her. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. Francisca, we're dropping your cell phone. We are breaking your phone, Francisca. And Francisca, like, what the fuck? No. We're breaking yours. With your little steel samurai little thing on it. Yeah. Signal samurai little thing on it. Yeah, we're breaking it. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Oh, they're just calling the phone, of course. Of course I do. Imagine stealing a phone and not turning it off. No, for real? Oh, she just called it. Okay. Someone did steal my brother's phone in middle school and turned it off. It was never found. It was stolen out of the locker. And they were like, oh, leave your phone in your locker. Leave your phone in your locker. And my parents were like, you are not leaving your phone in the locker. And I got in trouble once for not leaving it in my locker. But, luckily, it was So it was, and then the teacher, like, that, like, got me in trouble told another teacher that had my brother the year it got stolen. And, like, was not close with my parents, but, like, knew my parents, because my parents did a bunch of PTA stuff back then. And they were like, oh, her brother's phone got stolen out of his locker when they were a student here. So, no, I don't care. Oh god, no. Agent X's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir! I hear it, detective. Now where is it coming from? Do. Yes, sir! You notice anything? Mr. Edgeworth! It sounds like the cell phone's in the flight attendant's room, sir. Indeed. We should move to retrieve it at once. Oh, I didn't think about that. No, I didn't mean to. Do. Oh no, I thought it would still just be on her. The ring's coming from somewhere in here, sir. Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it. Can't just be in her locker, can it? Do I click T for this as well? No, I didn't mean to click that, no. I forget the button I'm supposed to click for this. The ringing's coming from somewhere around here. It's not here, sir! Why do I have such a bad feeling about where we're going to find the phone? It's going to be in her locker. Ringing's coming from in here, sir! But what? No, it can't be. Yeah, I called it. This has got to be the victim's cell phone! Just whose locker is this, sir? I don't know. Read the fucking name on it, you dumb. It's Miss Teneiro's. What? Okay. So, same day. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Miss Teneiro's locker. What? But... Rhoda Teneiro. I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, was it? That's not the right voice. I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Teneiro right away. Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the key card. When the killer went to steal the key card, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Teneiro's locker at the same time. This is related to the key card, all right? In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That's the one bird we cannot ignore. What should I do? Princess was right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then. Why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on or in it. There's a photo. There's some photo. There's a photo. What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. Okay, the case is broken. The CD is broken. The screen is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. There's a camera button. Oh, I can't do anything with that. Oh, is the SD card kind of popping up? This must be the switch that opens the phone. This is also broken, yeah. When they start putting keyboards like these into cell phones. I have no idea, Miles Edgeworth, okay? Liquid crystal display. Thank you. Thank you, my favorite millennial. Hey, there's one of those computer cell phones that they started selling recently. Yep, they had phones like they just started selling phones like these. And when would this game be set? This is after 2017? Yep, they just started selling phones like these in 2017. What phone did I have in 2017? I had an iPhone. No, wait, no, I got a new one. My parents bought me an iPhone 5C in 6th grade as a new one, but they put 8 gigabytes of storage on it because the guy was like, yep, this is a good enough, and I couldn't do shit on that phone. Which phone did I have then? Probably like a 6. In 2017, I would have been 14, so I would have been in 8th grade. Yeah, I had a new phone at that point. Sorry, Edgeworth, they took the keyboards out of the smartphones now. He doesn't have to know about smartphones. Computer cell phones? Yeah, it's got a computer in it and it's a cell phone. Neat, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? All you needed a phone is the phone part, nothing more. I'm guessing yours can't even send out email. Talk about inconvenient. Do you have a problem with what I do and do not care for, Detective? Yes. No, sir. As they say, simple is best. Nope, there we go. There's a camera. Yippee. It's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? Beat the photo. Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take photos? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. This looks like a very similar model to my own, and mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for a smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for a killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir! Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. That's actually okay. Can I go back to sleep now? The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? What do you mean by that, Francisca? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. Turn the volume a little bit. That good? That good? Okay, I think that's good. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. They can just, like, take the card out or something, right? Francisca, your phone, if you please. Very well. It's transferring. Alright, display it now. They really do not consider they could turn it off. They do not consider they could break it further. This is... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for a smuggling case. Hey! The leaves are heading nowhere in this pic, sir. But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? She's right! There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks' killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? There's really nothing in this photo that we can use. I want to say the suitcases, but the fact that the bed sheets are so large in text. I want to say them too. Because the killer didn't use the bed sheets. They used the cloths. Or why didn't they? Is this what cloth says in Burgundian, maybe? It has a B on it. Maybe. And I feel like the bed sheets has to be it. Boxes of bed sheets. These are still in the cargo hold, though. There's nothing unusual about them in particular, but I can't shake the feeling. Crushed by 50 bed sheets. I'm feeling like it's like the bed sheets are so in the face. Why did the killer not use the bed sheets to clean up the blood? If you're just playing around, mind if I go home? Yes, I mind. What exactly is different between then and now? Can I see? My evidence? Can I see what the floor looks like now? Grape juice? Oh, are these not here? No, it's not. I'm gonna click. Are the stuff that I can't read not there? Is that it? There's no missing suitcase, too. It might be the missing suitcase, but I'm gonna go for this first. What's all this? The music stopped. Let's go. Oh, they are cargo shipped from Burgundia to Zhangfa. So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhangfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there's no English written on them anywhere. One cluster of boxes is written in Burgundian. It says, it is cloth in English. Cloth? Could it be? This is where the killer... What's that scary face? Miss Millet? Yes? It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. Huh? He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. Huh? Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. Burgundian cargo, and this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. You cloth. And what's that supposed to prove? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. Why did they use the thing written in Burgundian? But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time, and where did it come from? And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargoes unloaded in Zhangfa had cloth written on it. In Burgundian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. Where did they tape it back up, though, to not get caught? That's my question. Where did they tape it back up to have it not be noticed immediately? That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Burgundian. The only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Camille Millet. Huh? That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Burgundian. But the bedsheet's right there. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Burgundian, the bedsheets, there we go, there is my emotional support bedsheets. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. My emotional support, no, wrong button, bedsheets. Hey, it says bedsheets in English right on the box, sir. No, thanks, Gumshoe. god, I could have never done it without you. Gumshoe, you're being so stupid the cat fell asleep. You called the bed sheets. I did call the bed. The text is too large. It's either a red herring or it's obviously it. And I don't want to say Ace Attorney is a kid's game, but Ace Attorney is like PG-12 or something, so it's not going to be the most difficult. It's not... I don't want to say it's not going to be Umineko, but it's not going to be Umineko. And I don't mean that as an insult for Ace Attorney. They just have very different target audiences and very different, like, gameplay and everything. You know, you're supposed to solve a bunch of tiny mysteries quickly, instead of solving one giant mystery over 200 hours. You're not going to have as much stuff and a lot of stuff hidden and a lot of red herrings and everything in Ace Attorney. You're going to have a few, but you're not going to have as many. Precisely, and the bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So, what are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Burgundian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Burgundian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zenfa. I just want to give people the satisfaction of figuring out the thing that happened before the characters do. Yeah. Like in the main trilogy, where you figure out stuff before the characters do, and you're like, oh. Or you figure stuff out after the characters do, and you're like, oh my god, I forgot Phoenix is actually smart. It's really easy to forget that he's smart. That's right, that's why the Burgundian cloth was used. Like, objectively, Edgeworth is smarter than Phoenix, but he's so narrow. He gets tunnel vision. That's how I would describe his character the best. Is Wright isn't... I don't want to say he's not as intelligent because that feels wrong, but he's not as intelligent, but like he just... A lawyer is smart. I know, right? A lawyer is smart, but he, like yes, he's smart, but because he's a lawyer, obviously. But, and I think he completed law school, he went kind of directly into law school. He pretty smart, not gonna lie. But I don't remember the exact timeline of his age and when he transferred and everything, so don't quote me on that. But, like, he's smart, objectively he's smart. But in comparison to Edgeworth, he's dumber. But he seems smarter and wins because he's the protagonist. But also because Edgeworth gets so narrow-minded that he can't, tunnel vision, that he can't accept that he's wrong until we spell it out for him. And then he goes, oh yeah, Phoenix, you're so right. Let's make out. That's it. That's Ace Attorney. That's right. That's why the Burgundian cloth was used. And the only Burgundian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Camille Millet. You, and you alone. Oh my god, I read that right. I thought I read that wrong. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All I would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. You may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Millet? Why not confess to your crimes here and now? Phoenix is also just lucky that all of his clients are actually not guilty, except for, like, one. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I know he also will not accept, like, the point is he won't accept people unless he truly believes they are not guilty. So there's that, and then Edgeworth is, he's also just given cases. Like, Phoenix is able to pick his clients and go, I think you are not guilty, so I'm going to work with you. The government just goes, Edgeworth, take this, take that. This and that. This and that. This and that. I can make a show when I hit. And I got copyright struck. Thank you, JYP. Okay, so what'd you say, Miss Millet? Why not confess your crime here and now? Would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhangfa? She's fine. No! She's fine. She's fine. Yeah, she's fine. He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. The game break. Okay, cool, we're good. I thought for a second the game broke. Okay, 5:26 p.m. We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully that we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. Pushed his ass overboard, yeah. He's also fine, totally. Ignore the thing with his dead, over there, but yeah. It was scary, sir. She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. Looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Edgeworth! I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation. But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that will please accept this as a token of my appreciation. I'm gonna give it the Phoenix. That's... I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it. No. I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at Go-Yo Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go. Except for when they're green. Shouldn't be flying when they're green, though. I love it when people are like, yeah, if the sky is green, I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. Well, congrats. I live in the Midwest where we get tornadoes quite often. The sky is green at least, like, once a month. In the past few weeks, it's been green, like, 3 times a week, but that's not the point. I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy, it was fun. Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. There was no earthquake, Edgeworth. It was turbulence. By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding our case. I didn't know the sky turned green like in the mech. Yeah, if it's a really bad thunderstorm, it doesn't have to be a tornado, but you really see it in tornadoes, the sky will turn green. I don't know why. I assume some temperature thing, but I don't know, Google it. I can Google it later, maybe. I don't know why. It just does. When, sometimes it's kind of like a yellow-green usually. But, yeah, if the weather is really bad, it's usually a tornado. Sometimes it could just be, like, right before a big storm. It doesn't necessarily have to turn into a tornado, but Though, I guess if it would be, usually a big storm doesn't turn tornado. Because it's always like, you know, you see that, and there isn't necessarily a tornado, like, in your location. Like, it could be like, oh, you're gonna have the tornado warning and everything, but the tornado isn't nearby. The tornado's 30 minutes away, or, you know, sometimes even more than that, so. I'm talking about weather like a real Midwestern. Let's go! Detective? Can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir! I was gonna do something with Francisca, and now he can't. Damn it! He's like, I want to do something with my little sister, and she went, no, fuck you. I like her boots. Francisca? I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time, however it's been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscent. Yes, we're going with that. Just who do you think I am? You are Francisca Van Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Only until a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing Pirat living her life on the name and fame of her... A dancing Pirat living her life on the name and fame her invincible father built. Yeah, do you really want to be compared to him, though? True, but your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. Did commit murder. What are you talking about? He committed murder and then framed me for it, like, twice. What are we... The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. I just saw a guy doing it get murdered. Yes, I should worry. Yes, I suppose you can. He lost one case and died. Didn't they, like, canonically, like, there's, you know, like, it's usually like, oh, yeah, no, this character got the death penalty. But we don't really see it, like, acknowledged how quickly it is. Or except for, like, a few of them. It's like, oh, yeah, they're still on death row. And it's Von Karma, it's like, yeah, they put him on death row and they executed him that fucking week. Same with Dahlia. Plus, there is another agent on this case with me, except for the one that just died. Oh, another agent. He's a star among Interpol agents, and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows, you may even run into him one day. I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths. So long story short, we're about to meet this guy. Is he the lion guy? Are we gonna meet the lion guy? That everyone also ships with Edgeworth? I can't remember his name. But the guy whose hair looks like a lion. And I think he makes, like, wolf references? I don't know. I just know, but he's like the other really popular ship with Edgeworth. I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same. I'm not following you. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, I feel like it varies, so I'll get the death penalty, never see how long it takes. Yeah, I guess it would depend on, like, how heinous the murder is if they do it quickly. Because the longer they take, the more time it is to, like, be overruled and everything. How many innocent people were, fucking executed because of Edgeworth? Like, we're never gonna get, like, we know it's quite a few, but I'm scared what that exact number is. I'll be back in the country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back, in full. Okay, bye, Francisca. And just like that, she's gone! Huh, sir? Thank goodness! I can finally rest easily, knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip. I'm just gonna slap you. Oh, he's got a body count of innocent people for sure. God knows. I do also wonder how many people he probably during the trials thought were innocent versus how many people he thought were guilty but were innocent. But he was just, like, too good and narrow-minded as well. Of a prosecutor and defense just kind of sucked it, you know? There is also the question of, does Edgeworth lose, like, to anyone else? Like, it's like, are all the other defense attorneys just shit? Or does Edgeworth only, like, get distracted because Phoenix is like, hey, come over here. State's attorney, let me make gay jokes, okay? Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. It isn't an Ace Attorney stream if someone isn't making right-worth jokes, okay? That's just kind of... It comes with the territory, okay?
With nothing, sir. I'm just happy to be able to work with you again. Ha ha ha. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
I'm gonna make myself instant noodles for dinner, though. I was like, I miss having instant noodles. I'm gonna be a real college student. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? 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 Oh, that's who we're placing the blame on. We're placing it on Francisca. No one else? We're not... It's just Francisca's fault. Francisca's the one that keeps cutting his salary, just her. No one else. There's no one else at play for this. Only Francisca? Are you sure about that? Okay. Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. Leave him fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Please don't. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of the war, they would begin to make themselves known throughout the next incident. We gonna meet new people. Edgeworth speaking. Finally. I called who knows many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are? Have you forgotten my voice? Miles, my boy. Fucking old bag. It's a fucking old bag. It's a fucking old bag. God, I hope it's... Please don't be old bag. Please don't be old bag. Please, I don't want to deal with her bullshit. I don't want to deal with her bullshit. I don't... She did call him Miles, not Edgy Poo. Please don't... Please, please, please. Mr. Armano? Ernest Armano, correct? I've heard that name before. So you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped. I've heard that name before. The end. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna play another case. I'm gonna be responsible and end that here. But I will give you all a bit more of a yap session. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute and you'll get a yap session, okay? For the few people that Okay. Oh god, what life stuff do I have to update for? Can I get back to the OST for this actually really quickly? Yeah. Oh my god, there he is. 1 second. There he is. The guy. The guy I was talking about. He's right there. And it's all silhouette glory, yes. No, wait. I didn't mean to open that. There's Gumshoe. I've seen her before. That one woman that people also ship with Edgeworth. The only woman that people ship with Edgeworth. Yes, famously. When do I get back? I quite like this OST, so I'm going to keep it on. Okay. What updates do I have? If you didn't see, I will be performing at Anime Magic this weekend. Our performance is at 8 p.m. on Friday. So, we will also have our booth there with all of our new merch. There's nothing new from the one man. Making that clear. Nothing new since then, since our initial merch drop, but we will have that merch. We will have Checky tickets available for sale on Friday until Dealers and Creatives Corner ends at 7 p.m. So make sure to get a ticket if you want a Checky. But I have mucus in my throat from doing Gumshoe's voice. Yes, we will be there that weekend. If you also didn't see, I moved for College Part 2. College Part 2 started. I've had one day of College Part 2, and I'm gonna have my second day tomorrow, and then I have to drive for Magic. Very exciting. I'm very excited for that late drive. But that's not the point. Yes, I moved last week for College Part 2. I've done like 2 things. I met what happened? What exciting stories happened? I met with the people in my major. My major is very small, so there's 7 people were there. There's like 20 new people in my major total in the entire college, and only 7 of them showed up. A window broke at the college, apparently. That doesn't impact me that much, I think. But there was that. Yes, I got 7 people showed up out of the 20 new people for my major. It's a very small major. I got told, I'm like, oh yeah, new people transfer all the time. And then they were also like, by your junior year, you should be studying abroad, ideally in the fall. And I'm sitting here as a transfer student, transferring in as a junior, going, oh no. Oh god, I'm supposed to be abroad right now? Oh no. But since I'm a transfer student, the timeline doesn't matter as much for me. They're like, there's not much we can do about that. Yeah, my last study abroad does not count, because I have to study abroad, I have to study business abroad. So, yes, if you saw me, talking with Rosebite about that earlier, it is true. They're sending my ass back to Japan. When, I don't know yet, but they will be sending my ass back there. And then, whenever that is, I won't be able to stream while there. I'll try to make longs, but, you know, that's just kind of how... It would be way less of a thing. So it's partially a Wi-Fi thing. I don't know Wi-Fi. What I can do with that. Additionally, on top of that, if I do a student visa, if I were to get monetized or something, I can't do any of that. With YouTube's new requirements, that ain't happening. But I do have to set the disclaimer that if I do have to follow government. So, we'll figure that out. But, yeah, I went to the dance studios and I practiced there today on campus. And there's a stage in one of the dance rooms. And I was practicing there for about an hour. And then some of the dance, like an hour and a half, hour or so. And then some of the dance team people came in and they're like, you can stay, we're just setting up. And I'm like, no, I'm going now. Goodbye. Because I'm like, I don't want you to. But it was very nice practicing on a mini stage. It's a very tiny stage. But, you know, when you practice, it's like, you know, it's not that you don't... There's not the endorphins of practicing, performing. But, so you're kind of like, oh, I'm practicing because I need to, and not because it's fun. And sometimes it's fun, but, you know, let's be realistic, it's not always fun. So you're just practicing the practice, and you're like, oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't want to keep going. But when you do it on stage, you have the endorphins. So that was helpful. Yeah, there's a video message of me squealing to Nova and Brothy Boy. I sent 2. I sent one to both. I was squealing for a while over how excited I was over that stage. But yeah. Oh, and if you saw, yes, the parking is messed up and I had to walk like a mile. I had to do it again today, too. Well, I didn't have to walk as far today because the fitness center isn't as far from where I had to park. But that's not the point. But yes, I moved. Bull has been handling the move quite well. I hope he'll be fine while I'm gone at Magic. My dad is here right now, to watch him when I'm at Magic, because you can't really move a cat twice in a week. I mean, you can, it's just not recommended. But, I was expecting to keep him downstairs for like 3 or so days, and then he was staying in the carrier for like 2 hours when we got here, and then the next day I went upstairs, and he wasn't really coming upstairs, or like really trying to go upstairs, so like he was exploring at night, and I was just like, okay. And then I went upstairs to make myself tea, and I am like, okay, yeah, you know, he's just gonna stay down there. I don't really need to bother to close the door, but if he starts crying, I want to hear him. So I'm like, okay, I don't hear him. And then suddenly I'm still making my tea, and I just hear meow when he's behind me. He snuck upstairs. Little bastard. But yeah, he's liking the windows. He's liking everything. He's liking this one chair. Still has my laundry on it that I have to do, but oh, is he sleepy. I'm debating pulling out the thing so he has more sleeping space, but I don't think he cares. He didn't even sleep in my bed last night. He likes the chair so much, he just slept on the chair instead. He, like, always sleeps next to me, but he was just like, nope. He has been really cuddly since we moved, though. I think, you know, especially not having as many people around, he's like, oh, mama time. So, yep. But yeah, that's what's going on. I don't really have any fun, exciting college stories yet, besides that. Oh, I saw some frat guys just kind of, like, run. So, like, there's a railroad that you have to go to get on campus and stuff from where I am. And the gates went down, and I guess some of the frat houses, or they were trying to get food or something, and they just went, it was like this coming down, it's pretty much all the way down, the guys just go, boom, right through it. And it's like a high-speed rail type of thing. At least it says it's high-speed rail. I don't really believe that. But, yeah. That happened. Yeah, I don't really have anything other exciting to say. You got a 10-minute yap session of me life. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys at Magic. If not, I'm going to stream maybe Monday next. Otherwise, besides Sunday, I'm gonna get to my set schedule. That should be Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Is that what I said it is? Give me 1 second. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. That's what I said it is. Will it stay that way? I don't know. I can't stream on Tuesdays or Thursdays most of the time unless my class gets out early, because my class ends. My class still going on when I start my stream, so there's that. But yes, that'll be it for today. Thank you for joining. I hope maybe the Wi-Fi is a little better. I'm able to plug it directly in now. I wasn't able to at my parents' house just because of where the Wi-Fi is located, and we don't have one of the things to, like, put in the wall in my room, so it just wasn't an option. But I'm able to at my room here, so hopefully the Wi-Fi is a little better. But if not, I don't know what to do, man. So that'll be it. Yeah, maybe I'll see some of you this weekend. But thank you. Goodbye.